Let me ask you something. Do you think you can really defend yourself if trouble comes to you tomorrow? Be honest. Most people think they can kick or punch their way out of danger because they've seen it in movies. Or maybe they tried a few moves in school and felt strong. But here's the cold truth. When your safety is on the line, your untrained instincts will fail you. You'll freeze. Your body won't know how to move, your kicks will be slow, and your balance will collapse. That's exactly how people get hurt, not because they're weak, but because they've never trained their body to react instantly and powerfully. Taekwondo isn't just about fancy kicks or scoring points in a tournament. It's about programming your body to move like a weapon without hesitation. The difference between a random kick and a trained Taekwondo kick is like the difference between throwing a rock and firing a bullet. The rock might hurt, but the bullet stops the threat. And here's the part nobody tells you. If you learn the wrong way in the beginning, you'll be stuck with bad habits that will haunt you forever. You'll waste months, even years, undoing mistakes. That's why the first 4 kicks you learn in Taekwondo are so important. They're not just kicks. They are the foundation, the DNA of your fighting ability. If you master these first, everything else will feel natural, faster, and more powerful than you thought possible. But let me warn you, this isn't just about memorizing moves. Anyone can copy a kick. This is about understanding why each kick works, when to use it, and how to deliver it with such precision and force that even a bigger, stronger opponent thinks twice before coming at you again. Over the next few minutes, I'm gonna walk you through these 4 beginner kicks in a way most instructors won't, because I'm not here to just teach you. I'm here to rewire how you think about your body and your self-defense. By the end of this lesson, you won't just know 4 kicks, you'll know how to make your legs into weapons you carry every single day, everywhere you go. And if you skip a single second, you'll miss the tiny details that make the difference between looking like a beginner and moving like a fighter. So take a deep breath, clear your mind, and focus. What you're about to learn might just be the most important thing you ever train, because when the moment comes, hesitation is the enemy, and the right kick is your best friend. Kick 1, front kick, Dollyo Chagi. This is the kick that looks simple, and that's exactly why most beginners destroy its power without even realizing it. People think a front kick is just lift the leg and push. Wrong. The front kick is your fastest weapon in Taekwondo, and if you master it now, you'll have a strike that can land in less than half a second before your opponent even realizes you've moved. This kick can be the fight ender if done right. Here's the secret: the power doesn't come from your leg alone. It comes from the chain reaction you create from your core to your toes. Imagine your hips as the hinge and your core as the spring. When you snap the kick forward, your hip thrust, your tightening abs, and your leg all work together like a loaded cannon. Another trap beginners fall into is aiming too high. Forget those Hollywood chest or head kicks for now. Aim for the groin, lower stomach, or knee. These are the real fight-stopping targets. You don't need a kick that looks cool. You need one that drops someone in seconds. And one last brain trigger: always retract your kick as fast as you send it out. If your leg lingers, you've just handed your opponent the chance to grab it. A proper front kick is like a snake strike. Quick, precise, and gone before they even blink. Kick 2, Roundhouse Kick, Dollyo Chagi. If the front kick is your jab, the roundhouse is your knockout punch. This is the kick that can shatter ribs, stun an opponent, or end the fight in one perfect strike. But here's the truth: 99% of beginners waste this kick's true potential. Most people swing the leg like they're swatting a fly. No! A roundhouse kick is a whip, not a swing. Think of it like a baseball bat being swung at full speed, but your leg is the bat, and your hip is the handle. The rotation of your hip is what creates the crushing force. The magic is in the pivot of your supporting foot. Beginners who don't pivot are like trying to throw a punch without turning the shoulder. It kills the power. When you pivot your foot and open your hips, your whole body is suddenly behind the kick. That's when you start to hear that thud in the pads instead of a slap. And don't get tricked into thinking you need to aim high right now. The most devastating roundhouse kicks are often aimed at the thigh, ribs, or even the side of the knee. These are the places that break balance, shatter movement, and end the fight without you having to throw 10 more kicks. Commit to every roundhouse, like it's the last kick you'll throw in the fight, because in a real fight, it might be Kick 3, Sidekick, Dollyo Chagi. This is the king of stopping power. The side kick isn't about speed, it's about ending forward motion completely. If someone is charging at you, this is the kick that turns their momentum into their downfall. The problem is, beginners treat it like a push, but the side kick isn't a polite step back. It's a sledgehammer to the midsection or the knee. When done right, it's one of the most feared kicks in martial arts. Here's the real blueprint chamber high. When you pull your knee up, bring it close to your chest, pivot your body sideways, and lock your eyes on the target. From here, drive your heel out like you're trying to punch a hole through a wall. The heel, not the ball of your foot, is your weapon. Your leg should feel like a solid steel rod driving forward. And here's something you won't hear in most beginner classes: aim low before you aim high. A side kick to the knee or thigh will ruin an opponent's ability to chase you, while one to the stomach will knock the air out of them completely. You're not trying to score points, you're trying to shut them down. If you master this early, you'll have a defense that can stop attackers bigger, stronger, and faster than you, with just one perfectly timed kick. Kick 4. Back kick, Dollyo Chagi. This is the surprise weapon, the kick nobody sees coming until it's too late. And that's why it's one of the deadliest kicks you can learn as a beginner. Most people think turning your back is dangerous in a fight. And they're right, unless you turn it into a trap. The back kick uses the moment you turn to launch your heel backward like a sledgehammer. If timed correctly, it can knock the wind out of your opponent, or even drop them instantly. The power here comes from trust. Trust in your body's aim and balance. You're striking without looking, so your technique has to be precise. Keep your supporting leg stable, pivot just enough to align your hips, and then drive your heel straight back with your body weight behind it. The back kick isn't just an attack, it's a counter. If someone is rushing at you from behind or closing the distance too fast, this kick uses their own forward speed against them. It's like walking into a steel post. You feel the impact before you realize what happened. Now, I want you to really think about something. You've just learned the 4 beginner kicks that are the foundation of every advanced Taekwondo fighter you've ever seen. But here's the twist. These kicks are not beginner in the way most people think. They're not weaker, slower, or less dangerous. They are the same kicks black belts use. The only difference is mastery. I've seen white belts throw a front kick that could stop a charging opponent cold. I've seen beginners land a roundhouse that cracked pads so hard the sound echoed in the entire room. The power is already inside you. It's just a matter of whether you're willing to sharpen it or leave it dull. But here's where I need your opinion, because I know this will start a fight in the comments. Which kick do you think is the most dangerous when done perfectly? Is it the front kick with its speed and precision? The roundhouse with that rib-cracking whip? The side kick that can stop even a bigger opponent from moving forward? Or the back kick, the ultimate surprise weapon? And here's a little challenge for you. Next time you train, I want you to focus on just one of these kicks for an entire session. Drill it until you feel it in your bones. Then come back here and tell me how it felt. Did you notice your balance improving? Did your strikes feel faster, more natural, or did you find it harder than you expected? I want the comments section to be a battlefield of ideas, beginners sharing their struggles, advanced fighters giving tips, people arguing over which kick would win in a real fight. Because this isn't just about me teaching you, it's about building a community where we all sharpen each other like blades. So, I'm leaving it in your hands. Drop your answer below. Which kick is the king of Taekwondo for you, and why? And if you've got a story where one of these kicks saved you in a sparring match, or even in real life, I want to hear it. Remember, the real fight starts when you stop watching and start training. Now get in the comments and let's see which kick reigns supreme.